It just gets bigger and gnarlier, and the faster you want to go, the bigger you can send.
Welcome to Highland! I love this stuff. P1 answering.
Are we all set for 9 a.m. open?
We're all set to open the mountain at 9 a.m. Thank you, Kevin.
Very safe, thank you.
Whether it's, the first time rider or the best rider in the world, we wanted people leaving the parking lot just, blown away about what they just experienced.
Highland is arguably the coolest bike park.
I like all of the trails here. It's super fun.
What do you like about them?
They're all super flowy. They all got a bunch of different varieties for a small mountain. It's all amazing.
Oh man, it's addicting. The dirt, the terrain, the people, mostly the people, the Highland family and the community is just something that is super cool and brings people together, never mind the bike riding itself.
Sour Patch is normally the last one up every morning, was freaking knocking on the doors, trying to get everybody up, eating those plain egg whites with no sauce, getting us over here to Highland. We were stoked, just got our waivers signed. All of us are pretty excited actually. We've been hearing a lot of good stuff about this park, so really excited to have him put this camera away so we can go get in line and start riding. The East Coast Tour continues. We are very excited to be here at Highland Mountain Bike Park. Now we've been to a lot of bike parks and this is the only lift accessed mountain bike only mountain that we have ever ridden at. There's no ski service here. This is a dedicated lift operated bike park and their only job is to build awesome trails.
Our mission in a nutshell is we build trails and we teach people how to ride them, and we're 100% dedicated to biking.
Most of Highland's traffic comes from day trippers from Boston and other larger metropolitan areas, as well as the smaller towns throughout the Northeast here. If you're going to be flying in, we recommend Boston Logan Airport as the nearest major hub. It is about an hour and a half away from the airport and 90 miles from Boston City. One of the benefits of Highland being a dedicated bike park is that they can run a long season. Now the mountain sits on what was a defunct ski hill. The chair normally runs from about June until middle of November, and it gives riders a long time to be out here enjoying the trails that the team has been hard at work to create. Amazingly, this park only has 672 feet of elevation, yet they've managed to pack over 30 trails of all abilities into this park. What makes Highland such a great bike park is that they've got something for everyone.
There's lots of progression, which is super important.
We have some of the funnest green trails out there, stuff that so many people can have fun on, to some of the gnarliest stuff in New England.
A lot of parks will focus very heavily on adding or building green and beginner-friendly trails to their offering. This park's already got them. They're here and they are truly beginner-friendly. Because they are built by dedicated shredders, the flow, The berms, the corners, everything feels and rides as it should.
Time with the kids on the mountain. It gets harder and harder to keep up with them though, that's for sure. We made some progress this year though.
From there you can progress to some of the more challenging tech trails, or if you're a jumper, find yourself getting some pretty solid airtime on the famous HELLION trail. There's also options like NE style and all the way down here into Power Hour, which leads you to the slopestyle course. Plenty of tech to be had here. What's great is that it almost comes in bite-size servings, so a short mountain gives you just enough chunder to get a little bit of a workout, not expel too much energy, get back in line and do it all over again.
I have an amazing team here that's helping me build this place. The team is incredibly skilled. We're all passionate about riding bikes.
These guys live it and breathe it, and the trail work here shows.
We want to make sure more and more people get into the sport. So being a driver that's getting more people in the sport would be a great way to look at us.
Oh yes!
Hell yeah.
Dude, that trail's sick!
So good.
All right, so every day that we've been riding at Highland, we've been hearing about the Kettlehead Brewery. And tonight was our last night. We wrapped. We are starving. It has been a long few days, and we decided we'd celebrate and hopefully get ourselves a good meal here at Kettlehead. So let's go inside and see what they got on the menu. Highland Bike Park sits just outside the town of Tilton, New Hampshire. There isn't a ton to do in this sleepy town of 3,500 people, but it does maintain some of its historic charm, northeast style, and it offers a few cool places to stay and plenty of places to grab food while you're visiting. Kettlehead Brewery provided some tasty pub fare, custom craft brews, and a root beer for me. Of course, Sour Patch was happy with his tasteless pepperoni cheesy bread with no sauce.
Do you just not want tomato sauce?
Pretty much.
Yeah, alright. What if you did like an oil and garlic base? Or like
I've done that.
barbecue?
Connor, are you open to trying that?
No.
No?
Gotta stick with just the OG.
It's basically cheesy bread with toppings, but like, that's fine.
Highland's on-site amenities are just what you need, whether that's to fuel up in the morning before a day of riding, a spot to take a break and refuel at lunch, or an epic spot to relax after a day of riding in the park. They've got an indoor and outdoor bar, great lakeside picnic tables, and it's an awesome spot to just hang out with other riders and rap about your day on the trail. I had some kind of a wrap. I feel like I needed a little bit of lettuce and vegetables today. No more pizza.
People love just being out there with their friends and just pushing them to progress. And that's what it's all about. And, you know, it just has become a huge family here. And
pretty much all year round. I've never been to a bike park that has stuff like this before.
There's been people from all over the place showing up here and enjoying this place and seeing more bikes out than ever. And I love it. I mean, it's a great place for me to be able to like take a quick dive off of one of the cannon logs or ride the HTC. And
the crew that comes up here at least every weekend is honestly the sickest crew of people I've ever met.
Well, after 3 days here at Highland, hanging out with the Highland family, the locals, the visitors, it is easy to see why this park has such a dedicated following and a hype around it. I honestly can't believe I'm saying this as a West Coast guy who's spent a lot of time in big mountain ranges in Colorado, BC, whatever. A 672-foot mountain is one of my favorite bike parks that I've ever been to.
You know, we've spent a lot of time building lots of trails around here, and there's lots of progression, which is super important for having a good camp program. And the result is you know, we're seeing more and more kids, you know, 10-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids, just absolutely killing it around the mountain. A lot of that stems from our camp programs, our lesson programs, our training.
People here are welcoming. They are stoked to tow you into their favorite lines, to show you their secret lines outside. And there's just so much cool stuff here that Highland is definitely a park we plan on coming back to. So that in a nutshell is Highland Mountain Bike Park. Definitely a spot you guys need to add to your list. We've been hearing about it for so long, had so many riders who've traveled the world as professional athletes telling us this is their favorite spot to ride. So whether you want to come here and visit, or if you want to sign up for one of their awesome air academies, this is definitely a place that we think you should come. It's going to offer you a lot of fun and help progress your riding. So appreciate you watching. Thanks to Highland for building an awesome place and having us out for a few days. We're sad to go, but excited to get to the next park and see what more trails we get to ride.